Peter, you're on.
Okay, when something's important, I tend to write it out. And that's what I've done with this subject because I think it's very important. I've got several questions about the issue. Why is this change so necessary at this time? We've had these lines for decades, as you said, not for over a century. The citizens of Fayette County are not having any real problems that are caused by the existing district lines, even if it would be nice to have it redrawn and rebalanced. Perhaps some politicians do have their problems. Why is there such a great rush to change something that has existed for years and years and years and send it up to a state legislature that won't even meet until next year? If you think there isn't a rush to do this, then why was this effort, which was developed in isolation from public input, presented at a county commission retreat 60 miles away from the county on a Wednesday and then attempted to be adopted at a commission meeting the very next day? The item was not on an agenda or publicly listed anywhere for a vote. Why, after I requested that it be tabled, was it sent postponed to a fall meeting on a Monday at 8:30 in the morning, this meeting, instead of to a regularly scheduled meeting in the evening when our average folks who work for a living or are caring for children could attend? Why, when the last time any changes were discussed, did the commission at that time hold 3 public meetings at 3 different locations around the county to receive input from the public? Why not this time by this commission? Why was a commissioner who's up for re-election next year permitted to redraw the district lines for an entire county of over 100,000 people in a manner that perhaps could be a direct benefit to his re-election campaign? Why did he place the lines where he did? Why did his opponent in the last election end up being drawn out of his district? Why did he believe that this would be okay with the rest of us? Did he discuss it with the other commissioners? When and how? Why did this county commissioner believe he could take it upon himself to contact one of our state representatives, contact the state Reapportionment Office, submit a map of his own design, and conduct a negotiation with the Reapportionment Office, if he did it through a staff member? Why has the entire process been done without the benefit of legal advice that was for us, the citizens of Fayette County? The information that's been presented so far is from state and federal bureaucrats. I don't always trust state and federal government to look out for the best interests of the citizens of Fayette County. That's our job if we would just do it. Why take this risk, or why take it now that the U.S. Department of Justice may take a look at this plan and say, you folks really need to go to district voting, and here are your districts, which is a battle we fought and won a couple of years ago. Do you know why inquiry into this possibility was not pursued or was it stopped when the commissioner or commissioners were told what they wanted to hear? That we get a meaningless pre-clearance from the Department of Justice. Before the rash decision to fire the county attorney, we would have received some advice regarding the Department of Justice. His advice had been that the county would be opening itself to district voting if we did this. Is this one of the reasons he was fired? Did he give advice that didn't fit someone's plans? And if that's what does happen, we don't know exactly who to thank or who to blame, depending on your point of view on the issue. Folks, we're not going to get one real good answer to any of the lines I've presented you this morning. We're going to get some political babbling probably followed up with a 4-1 vote. So my last question is who is this for?
I don't even know that deserves any response at all. You know, we've had plenty of time to discuss it. Peter, if you want to make some alternative arrangements other than what's been proposed, I'd be happy to listen to it. But quite frankly, with the broad brush of what you've just done, I'm not inclined to respond to it at all.
Okay.
My only response is, Jack, you have a letter from the attorneys refusing to do work for us.
Well, that's the reason why I don't know that it even.
I
understand that. That's the reason why I don't know that we even need to get into it. Because if you start with the bad premise, and that is that we fired the county attorney, which this board did not fire the county attorney. It is clear what the motion was, Peter. You know what the motion was. The motion was the delivery of the legal services was going to be through an in-house attorney. There was never a mention of firing an attorney. That's something that you and your buddies have spun. And then, after that occurred, lo and behold, when we offered the McNally firm the rest of the county business, they quit. We got a letter that says they quit. So let's be real clear what happened. We've been real calm about this whole thing. Quite frankly, you're the one that wants to push it into the public. I don't want to talk about it because your premise is so flawed that you can't even start there. And that would be for quite frankly, most of these issues that you brought up. Why don't you give us a suggestion of what you'd like to see?
For response,
Yeah.
take a considerable amount of time, not a week or two.
Go ahead. We've called this meeting for this purpose.
I said it would take a considerable amount of time and effort, not a week or two, of sitting here going, well, move this one here, move this one there.